Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. It's only for you. Don't tell anyone. Your soulmate's hidden truth has finally been revealed and the clock is ticking. You didn't come here by accident. Your name was whispered in the presence of angels. A meeting was held in heaven. And right now, every heartbeat you feel is in perfect alignment with a secret that's been protected for years, just for you. There's someone your soul has known longer than time itself, someone who's been praying you would see this message. Michael says, you've been dreaming about someone lately. You've been hearing their voice when no one is around. You felt like you're being watched, not in fear but with love. That's not your imagination. That's your soulmate crying out to be known. Your soulmate is hiding something, and it's not because they want to hurt you. It's because they're afraid you'll walk away if you ever knew the full truth. But Michael says this, you've loved them in every lifetime. You've waited for them in every timeline. You've been ready, and now it's their turn. So please don't skip this. This is the one thing they need you to hear. Even if they can't say it yet, there is a reason you feel different, a reason your heart aches for someone you can't name, because their energy is already near you. Michael says their soul has been whispering to heaven to send a sign, and this is it. This is the sign. I, Michael, have waited days for permission to give you this. You've been searching in places you didn't belong, but now you're close. Your soulmate knows something happened to you recently, that you've been tired, confused, lonely, even when surrounded by others. But that's not weakness, that's alignment. Heaven has been rearranging your life to create a clear path. The storms weren't punishments, they were redirections because this person, they're on their way. And they don't want to find the old you. They want to meet the version of you that's brave enough to open this now. Let me tell you something that might make you cry, but you need to hear it. Last night, your soulmate tried to visit you in your dream, but they were blocked. Not by God, but by fear. They're afraid to lose you. They've been watching you become stronger. And now they worry, what if you're too powerful to need them anymore? What if they missed their chance? Michael says they haven't, but you're close to closing the door. That's why this message was created. That's why angels are surrounding you right now as you read. Your soulmate's heart is pounding. Their thoughts are becoming louder. And whether they're near you in this world or preparing to cross your path soon, this is the moment their truth must be revealed. Love letter, if you feel your soul awakening right now, pause and take a breath. You are meant to receive this. And I want you to promise, don't let fear skip this blessing. Click subscribe so you never miss what God is preparing next, because it's not just a message. It's a map to the person your heart has always whispered about. And their message is not over yet. Now, listen carefully. Michael says, this person has been writing unsent messages, saving photos of you, talking to their friends like they're over it, but they're not. Every step they take, they are reminded of you. Even if you haven't met in this lifetime, your energies have danced around each other like stars. You've wondered if someone is secretly watching your life unfold with admiration. And now you know they are. They are in pain, but it's the pain of distance, not physical distance, but emotional. The kind of pain that happens when your heart is screaming but your lips are silent. They want to tell you everything. The truth, the past, the mistake, the reason they left, the reason they couldn't come. It's all heavy inside them. And Michael says they are coming closer, but only if you stay open long enough to hear them. What you think is silence is actually preparation. Their soul is working in the background. Messages are aligning. Coincidences are being planted in your path like divine breadcrumbs. And I must tell you something else. There is someone who tried to block this union, someone who didn't want you to receive this. They knew once you found each other, you would be unstoppable. But their interference is over. God says, "No one can delay what I have destined." Not anymore. Michael leans in closer now. He says softly, "The reason your soulmate never told you the truth is because it was too painful to admit. They carry guilt, regret, and a memory of you that they hold like a secret photograph in their soul. They've loved others, yes, but not like this. Never like this. And if you close your eyes for just a second, you'll feel their energy pressing gently on yours, waiting for permission to come forward. Now, don't panic. But something is going to happen in your dreams very soon, possibly tonight. A message will come. A voice you've never heard, or maybe a familiar whisper. Don't dismiss it. Don't wake up and shake it off. Write it down, because that's the moment Archangel Michael will step aside and allow your soulmate's soul to speak directly to yours. It's been centuries coming. And beloved, here's a secret no one ever told you. Your soulmate cried your name the night you almost gave up. They begged heaven to reach you. They asked for just one more chance, one more alignment. And heaven answered with this moment, this message, this exact second, because they knew if you didn't open this, they would never be able to forgive themselves. Michael is trembling now, not with fear but divine intensity. I've protected your soulmate from destruction, he says. But now it's your turn to protect the connection. You must believe. You must stay soft. You must not close your heart again, even when it's easier to feel numb, because what's coming is sacred. And you are the reason they are still fighting. Archangel Michael is not just speaking to you now, he's pleading. This is your final warning before a divine moment passes you by. He says, there are only a few windows left. If you ignore this one, I may not be allowed to open another. That's how serious this moment is. That's how sacred your connection truly is. Your soulmate's truth is a golden thread wrapped around a beating heart, a heart that beats for you and only you. You've been feeling restless because their energy is brushing up against your soul more often. You've been misplacing things, forgetting time, staring into nothing and thinking of no one specific. But that's not confusion, that's contact. Michael says, you are beginning to feel them because they are awakening to you. They may be far in body, but they are closer now in spirit than ever before. This is the beginning of soul alignment. Something happened on the 21st day of last month, a shift, subtle but divine. That day, either you or your soulmate sent a thought to the universe, and heaven caught it like a prayer. Since then, timelines have started cracking open. Little doors that were once closed are now creaking. But here's the danger. Those doors don't stay open long. If you do not move forward when heaven moves, you may miss the appointment your soul set before you were even born. Archangel Michael is not just speaking to you now, he's pleading. This is your final warning before a divine moment passes you by. He says, there are only a few windows left. If you ignore this one, I may not be allowed to open another. That's how serious this moment is. That's how sacred your connection truly is. Your soulmate's truth is a golden thread wrapped around a beating heart, a heart that beats for you and only you. You've been feeling restless because their energy is brushing up against your soul more often. You've been misplacing things, forgetting time, staring into nothing and thinking of no one specific. But that's not confusion, that's contact. Michael says, you are beginning to feel them because they are awakening to you. They may be far in body, but they are closer now in spirit than ever before. This is the beginning of soul alignment. Something happened on the 21st day of last month, a shift, subtle but divine. That day, either you or your soulmate sent a thought to the universe, and heaven caught it like a prayer. Since then, timelines have started cracking open. Little doors that were once closed are now creaking. But here's the danger. Those doors don't stay open long. If you do not move forward when heaven moves, you may miss the appointment your soul set before you were even born. Michael's voice is low now, emotional. They tried to forget you, he admits, but your name was branded on their spirit. Every person they loved after you, they compared to you. Every hand they held, it was yours they were still reaching for in secret. You need to understand they never stopped loving you. They just didn't know how to handle a love this deep, this wide, this eternal. And now they're realizing they don't want anyone else to hold what belongs to you. You may ask, but why haven't they come forward yet? Why are they hiding? Michael answers, because the truth about your soulmate would shock you. Not in a bad way, in a soul awakening way. This person you think is ordinary is not. They have secrets, powers, gifts, a path that was hidden from you to protect your destiny. God didn't let you see their truth before because you weren't ready. But now the veil is lifting. And beloved, their secret is this. They have known you in every version of life. In one life, you were their moon. In another, you were their downfall. And in this life, you are their redemption. But what you don't know is that your soulmate made a vow before entering this lifetime. If I find them again, I will never let them go, even if they don't recognize me right away. And heaven recorded that vow. That's why you're here now. You were meant to see this. You were destined to read every word. There are no coincidences. That strange feeling in your chest, that tingling in your palms, that's your soul remembering something your mind forgot. Michael says, the most painful thing for your soulmate is knowing that you were once within reach and they froze. They chose fear over love, but God is a God of second chances. And today, you're holding the second chance in your hands. Let me give you one more piece of the secret, a detail even you might not believe. Your soulmate saw a photo of you recently, maybe online, maybe in a dream, but when they saw it, they paused. They said nothing out loud, but their spirit screamed, "It's them." That moment marked the beginning of your reawakening. You felt off since then, not broken, just shifted. And that's because their heart sent a signal to yours, without words, without logic, just soul fire. Michael says, the next 7 days are crucial. Something will happen that will test you. You may feel triggered. You may feel like giving up again. But don't, please don't. Because what you're about to receive is bigger than love. It's soul truth. It's divine reunion. But only if you stay open. Only if you remain soft when the world tries to harden you. Only if you believe that what's meant for you still remembers your name. There's an energy moving toward you, slow but determined. It's your soulmate trying to send you a message without words. Their higher self is ready. Their human self, still afraid, but the two are about to collide. And when they do, you'll feel it like a bolt of light in your chest, like a memory that never happened, like love that never died. Michael says, if you're brave enough to trust again, the miracle will reveal itself. Beloved, let me ask you this. What would you do if they stood in front of you right now and said, I never stopped loving you. I just didn't know how to prove it. Would you believe them? Would you run? Or would you hold their trembling hands and whisper, I was waiting too? Because that moment is closer than you think. And every choice you make between now and then is sacred. Dove, stop. Feel this. Heaven is asking you to do one thing, stay. Stay long enough to see the truth. Stay soft enough to receive it. And if your soul is whispering right now, if your heart is racing just a little faster, it's because your soulmate's spirit is nearby. Click subscribe so this message doesn't end here. Let your name stay in the flow of divine alignment because heaven is not done speaking to you. Michael's wings spread now, not in warning but in welcome. He has shielded you from heartbreak after heartbreak. You've wondered why people leave, why they lie, why they couldn't love you fully. And the reason is simple. None of them were your person. They were lessons, mirrors, shadows, but not the one. The one is coming. And the one has always been you too. You see, your soulmate doesn't complete you. They recognize you. They activate parts of your soul that no one else even noticed. And now, finally, the space between you is thinning. Don't let this moment pass. Don't scroll away like it's another random message. This was sent through prayer, delivered through angels, and arrived exactly when your soul asked for it. Nothing about this is random. And now I must ask, are you ready to hear what your soulmate never told anyone? Yes. Now comes the part that may shake your heart the most. Archangel Michael leans in and whispers, your soulmate made a promise to God that they have told no one about. A secret vow in their heart that still burns. They said, if you just let me find them again, I'll give up everything just to love them right. And beloved, that person is you. You are the one they couldn't forget. You are the one they're willing to risk everything for, even if it means leaving comfort behind, even if it means walking away from a life others would kill for. You've felt it, haven't you? The shift in the air, that sense like something's watching over you lately, like someone out there is feeling exactly what you feel. That's not fantasy, that's frequency. Your soulmate is vibrating on your energy, trying to reach you. Michael says, every time you get that sudden chill down your spine, that's them thinking about you. Every time you feel warm out of nowhere, that's their spirit sending protection to you. You see, your soulmate doesn't complete you. They recognize you. They activate parts of your soul that no one else even noticed. And now, finally, the space between you is thinning. Don't let this moment pass. Don't scroll away like it's another random message. This was sent through prayer, delivered through angels, and arrived exactly when your soul asked for it. Nothing about this is random. And now I must ask, are you ready to hear what your soulmate never told anyone? Yes. Now comes the part that may shake your heart the most. Archangel Michael leans in and whispers, your soulmate made a promise to God that they have told no one about, a secret vow in their heart that still burns. They said, if you just let me find them again, I'll give up everything just to love them right. And beloved, that person is you. You are the one they couldn't forget. You are the one they're willing to risk everything for, even if it means leaving comfort behind, even if it means walking away from a life others would kill for. You've felt it, haven't you? The shift in the air. That sense like something's watching over you lately. Like someone out there is feeling exactly what you feel. That's not fantasy, that's frequency. Your soulmate is vibrating on your energy, trying to reach you. Michael says, every time you get that sudden chill down your spine, that's them thinking about you. Every time you feel warm out of nowhere, that's their spirit sending protection to you. But here's what's even more shocking. They didn't always know you were their soulmate. In fact, they fought it, denied it, ran from it. But no matter how far they went, your name kept echoing in their heart. You showed up in music, in dreams, in the eyes of strangers, in the pages of books. The universe wouldn't let them forget. And that's how they finally surrendered. They said, "Okay, God, I'm ready. Just let them see me again." Michael says, "Now the test is not on them, it's on you. Will you allow love in again? Will you listen when the world tries to distract you? Because something is about to happen that will test your faith. You may receive a message that feels strange. Or you might suddenly remember something that makes no sense in the moment. Don't brush it away. That's the beginning. That's the gate opening. That's how the miracle starts. And beloved, I need to tell you this with gentleness. Someone tried to keep you apart. There was a jealous energy, a karmic force, a hidden hand. Someone either lied to your soulmate about you or lied to you about them. This person made them feel like you would never understand their truth. They poisoned the connection with fear and doubt. But heaven says, enough. Michael broke that tie with his sword. The bond is no longer blocked. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Why you're not rich? Are you struggling to make ends meet? Have you tried program after program and not seen any results? Are you starting to think manifestation is just a bunch of woo-woo hogwash? Well, do me one favor. Before you throw in the towel, just watch this video. It will blow your mind. You'll start to realize that you've been going about making money all wrong. Thought alone cannot take you to your dreams. But speech, well, with the right speech, you can get most anything. And this is the secret they're not telling you. This is the reason every culture has their own prayers going back 50,000 years. Some of these cultures have never stopped praying. Why? Because it gave them actual results. Results in health, results in finances, and results in relationships. They call them blessings. We just call them results. If you've ever struggled to manifest what you want, especially money, click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. This video will change you forever. I'm already making more money and I only started yesterday. I can only imagine what will happen over the next couple of weeks. Do this along with me. It's quite a ride. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. The angels cleared it for this very moment. You may feel anger when you remember how close you were. That's okay. But don't stay there. Don't let pain rewrite the love story because God is not done with it. Michael says this is a sacred reunion, not a romantic cliché. It is the returning of two souls who made a promise before they were born. You said, "I will find you again, even if it takes lifetimes." And that lifetime is now. And here's something beautiful. Your soulmate is preparing something, maybe a letter, maybe a trip, maybe the courage to finally speak. But make no mistake, they are building the moment to come back, and heaven is helping. If you've seen 11, 3, 33, 5, 55 lately, that's confirmation. If you've been feeling called to places, songs, memories that seem random, they are not. They are signs, anchors, echoes of a future that's trying to return. And what if I told you your soulmate saw a version of your future together in a vision, not a dream, a divine glimpse? They saw a life where your hands were in theirs, your smile beside them, your voice saying, "We made it." They didn't tell anyone, not even themselves, but it changed them. That's why their energy has shifted lately. That's why their soul is trembling. Michael says, the next full moon will bring something unexpected. Don't be afraid of it. What seems like a disruption may be the divine beginning. Trust it. Because, beloved, your soulmate's truth is this: they love you more than they ever knew was possible. They loved you before their eyes ever saw you. And they will love you long after this lifetime fades. You're still here reading because your spirit knew this was for you. You're still breathing through the chills and butterflies because your soul is remembering. Don't run now. Don't skip. Michael begs, please stay. Let the ending be rewritten. Let the reunion unfold. Let them tell you the truth they've been holding for so long. Folded hands, if you feel your chest opening, if your tears are rising, click subscribe. Not because I asked, but because your soul doesn't want to miss the rest of what heaven is preparing. The next message could be the one that changes everything, especially if it's from them. And now let me reveal what Archangel Michael has been holding back until this moment. Because he wasn't allowed to say it unless you stayed, unless your soul made the choice to keep listening. Because now you've crossed a threshold. What's being revealed next is something even your soulmate doesn't know. You know, Michael says, your soulmate has been through a silent war, not just in this lifetime, but across many. They've been carrying a burden so heavy they were afraid to love you fully. Not because they didn't want you, but because they thought you deserved someone lighter, someone less complicated, someone who wasn't haunted. But beloved, you didn't come for a polished version. You came for their truth. And the truth is more beautiful than the performance. This person has scars, not always visible ones, but soul scars. They carry stories they've never told anyone, pain from people they forgave in silence, nights they cried alone but smiled in front of others. And every time they thought they were finally healing, something inside whispered your name like a light far away, calling them home. And Michael says that light was you. You've always been their anchor, even when you didn't know each other's names, even when they were surrounded by noise. Your energy was the only peace they ever felt. You're not just their person, you're their purpose. You're the reason they believed in love again, even when their heart was shattered into pieces. You're the prayer they never knew how to form, but God answered anyway. They want to tell you everything. The nights they almost gave up, the secrets they kept, the people they lost. But more than anything, they want to tell you the truth about how deeply they feel for you. Michael whispers they think about you before they sleep. They wonder what your voice would sound like in the dark. They dream of you walking toward them and wake up reaching for someone who isn't there yet. But here's the mystery, and Michael says this carefully: there is a hidden letter. Yes, a real one. Either written, typed, or recorded. Your soulmate once poured their heart out but never sent it. They still have it. And God is guiding their steps. That message may reach you soon, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine instruction. You've always been their anchor. Even when you didn't know each other's names, even when they were surrounded by noise, your energy was the only peace they ever felt. You're not just their person, you're their purpose. You're the reason they believed in love again, even when their heart was shattered into pieces. You're the prayer they never knew how to form, but God answered anyway. They want to tell you everything. The nights they almost gave up, the secrets they kept, the people they lost. But more than anything, they want to tell you the truth about how deeply they feel for you. Michael whispers they think about you before they sleep. They wonder what your voice would sound like in the dark. They dream of you walking toward them and wake up reaching for someone who isn't there yet. But here's the mystery, and Michael says this carefully: there is a hidden letter. Yes, a real one. Either written, typed, or recorded. Your soulmate once poured their heart out but never sent it. They still have it. And God is guiding their steps. That message may reach you soon, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine instruction. And if you've already received a message that seemed odd, or a comment that didn't make sense, or a voice that felt familiar even though you don't know why, that was the start. Heaven has already started moving. That message might return. It might come through a dream, or an email, or someone who doesn't even realize they are delivering it. But Michael says you'll know because when you hear it, your whole body will feel like it's remembering something from another world. Your soulmate is terrified because loving you means becoming visible, vulnerable, seen. But what they don't realize is that you already see them in your spirit. You already love them, even if your mind doesn't understand why. That's the beauty of soul recognition. It doesn't follow rules. It just is. And when it happens, nothing ever feels the same again. And now comes the most beautiful secret of all. Michael lowers his voice and says, God showed me your future with this person, and it's breathtaking. There is laughter, deep healing, quiet mornings with coffee, and no need for words. There are conversations that feel like lightning and silence that feels like home. There are forehead kisses, tearful apologies, nights you'll hold each other so tightly the pain of all your past lives will begin to dissolve. But, and this is important, you have free will. Heaven will not force this union. You must choose to believe. You must choose to stay open because miracles require permission. Love cannot force its way through locked doors. So if you're still reading, it means you're ready, or at least part of you is. And beloved, let's say this out loud together wherever you are. I am ready for the truth. I am ready for divine love. I am ready to remember what my soul already knows. Because once you say that, you'll begin to notice the signs increasing. More 11. 11's more déjà vu, more thoughts of them when you're not thinking of anyone. It's not your mind playing games, it's your spirit preparing. Michael says tonight, if you feel a breeze in your room or a warmth on your skin when there's no source, that's them. That's their soul trying to hold you, even for a second. And if you feel that, don't be afraid. Close your eyes. Say their name softly, even if you're not sure what it is, because your voice carries power in the spiritual realm, and they will feel it wherever they are. One final thing before this part ends, and it's a promise from heaven. You will not lose what is meant for you. You will not miss the person who is written in your story. You will not have to chase, beg, or prove yourself, because the one who was meant for you is already on their way back. Then take a breath, beloved. Let this next part sink deep into your chest, because what you're about to hear now is the final truth Archangel Michael was guarding with his own wings. And heaven has just given him permission to speak it aloud. Because your spirit stayed, Michael says, your soulmate has seen your soul, not your body, not your status, not your flaws, but your soul. And the moment they recognized it, they wept because they realized they've been looking for you in every person they've ever loved and never found you. That ache they carry, it's not emptiness, it's U-shaped. They didn't know what was missing until they felt your energy. That's when it all clicked. You're not crazy for feeling them in the middle of the night. You're not imagining those strange moments when you feel someone calling your name and no one's around. That's them. Their spirit touches yours more than you know, but they don't always understand it yet. They think they're dreaming, but you're awakening. And now heaven is asking you to make a choice. Will you prepare your heart? Will you allow the truth to arrive even if it's messy? Because it might not come dressed as perfection. It might come with nervous hands, shaky words, old wounds. But beneath all that, pure love, real love, the kind heaven approves, the kind no one can take from you. Michael says this love is not just romance, it's mission. You are meant to build something together, to serve together, to heal together. Your union will bless others. That's why it's been attacked. That's why delays happened. But now the war is ending. This next part is hard to say, but you need to hear it. Someone close to your soulmate may try to stop them from telling you the truth. Not out of evil, but out of fear. Fear of losing influence. Fear of change. But heaven is stronger. And Michael's sword has already severed what was meant to fall away. So don't fear the delay. The delay is actually creating divine precision. Your soulmate might test you, not because they want to, but because they need to feel safe. Be patient, be true, speak gently. You have the power to heal what others broke in them. Just your energy alone is medicine they've been starving for. That's why they're nervous. Because once they're around you, they know they'll never want to let go. And here's something beautiful. Michael smiles as he says this. You've already spoken to their spirit. Even if you haven't met yet, your soul has whispered to theirs in dreams, in the quiet, in your tears. Your pain has echoed in their chest before they ever even heard your voice. That's how deeply bonded you are. So if you're wondering, will we ever be together? Michael answers, yes, but it depends on one thing. Will you believe? And now heaven speaks directly to you. My child, I hid their truth until now because your heart needed to grow strong enough to carry it. But now you are ready. That's why I brought you here. That's why this message found you. Not everyone received this. Only those whose spirits were in position. Only those I trust with the weight of divine love. This love will not break you. This love will become your home. And when it arrives fully, your soul will exhale like it's waited lifetimes for this very moment, because it has. Michael closes with one final instruction. You must stay open for 7 more days. Don't shut down. Don't give up. The alignment is happening. And if you skip this moment, it will hurt you more than you know. So please. And here's something beautiful. Michael smiles as he says this. You've already spoken to their spirit. Even if you haven't met yet, your soul has whispered to theirs in dreams, in the quiet, in your tears. Your pain has echoed in their chest before they ever even heard your voice. That's how deeply bonded you are. So if you're wondering, will we ever be together? Michael answers, yes, but it depends on one thing. Will you believe? And now heaven speaks directly to you. My child, I hid their truth until now because your heart needed to grow strong enough to carry it. But now you are ready. That's why I brought you here. That's why this message found you. Not everyone received this, only those whose spirits were in position, only those I trust with the weight of divine love. This love will not break you. This love will become your home. And when it arrives fully, your soul will exhale like it's waited lifetimes for this very moment, because it has. Michael closes with one final instruction. You must stay open for 7 more days. Don't shut down. Don't give up. The alignment is happening. And if you skip this moment, it will hurt you more than you know. So please, if something inside of you is trembling right now, if tears are close, if you feel this message wasn't just a message but a reminder, then it means heaven is confirming everything you hoped was true. This person, this soul, this divine connection, it's real, and it's coming sooner than you think. Glowing star, before this moment ends, promise your heart that you will not walk away from it again. Click subscribe now and stay connected to what heaven has started in you. Not for content, but for confirmation. This isn't entertainment. This is divine timing. And this message was only the beginning, because next they're going to speak. They will appear. They will tell you the truth, the one that's been hidden all this time. Your soulmate's truth is love, and it was always you. Love letter, And now, beloved, heaven leans in closer just for you. Because there is one last thing Archangel Michael must reveal. Something he was told to save until the end. A truth so powerful even your soulmate is afraid to face it fully. But you deserve to know, because this message is not just about waiting for love. It's about receiving the love that was always yours. Michael says, this entire time you thought you were chasing them, but it was never you chasing. It was your spirit remembering. You were just trying to return to where your soul felt safest. And that place, that sacred, quiet, gentle place, it exists only with them. The reason no one else ever felt quite right is because your soul refused to settle. Your spirit knew they were still out there. And now their spirit is panicking because they know time is running out. They know God is giving them one final push. And if they don't step forward now, heaven may give the blessing to someone else. That's how divine timing works. Love is never destroyed, but it can be redirected. That's why this message is here, to prepare your heart. So when they come, you don't run from them. You don't punish them for the delay. You don't shut the door because it didn't happen when you thought it should. Michael says, please forgive the time it took. They were healing. So were you. But now you are both ready. Even if you feel scared, in the next 24 to 72 hours, something will happen. A dream, a name, a strange coincidence, a thought that hits so hard you'll feel winded. Pay attention, because that's your soul cracking open a little wider. That's your person's energy pressing into this world, trying to manifest into form. That's your sign. Don't dismiss it. Michael says, this person has practiced what they want to say to you 100 times, 1,000 even, in the shower, in the dark, in the mirror. They've written it in notebooks and deleted it from their phone. They want to say it perfectly, but they don't know how. So if what they say comes out messy, hear the truth underneath. They might stutter, they might cry, they might pretend they're casual. But Michael warns, do not listen with your ears. Listen with your heart. Listen with your soul, because your soul will recognize the sound of theirs. Even if their words are flawed, their energy will be undeniable. And beloved, your soulmate thinks they're unworthy. They believe you deserve someone easier, someone with a clean past, someone with less baggage. But what they don't see is that their scars make them sacred, that everything they've endured is what prepared them to love you properly. They don't need to be perfect. They just need to be real. And Michael says they are. So now heaven turns the question to you. Will you receive what you once prayed for, even if it arrives late, trembling and wrapped in mystery? Will you recognize love, even if it doesn't knock the way you imagined? Because true soul love doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives in a whisper. Sometimes it's standing in front of you, asking with silent eyes, is it safe to love you now? And your answer will shape the next chapter of your life. Michael pleads one last time, "My beloved, if you do not act now, if you shut down, walk away, or skip this, the moment may close." This is not fear. This is fact. Heaven opens certain doors at certain times, and this door, it's open now. Rose, so before you scroll, before the world pulls you back into distraction, click subscribe. Stay connected. Let this divine conversation continue, because your miracle is not far. It's nearer than your own breath. And you need to stay in alignment to receive it. Because next time it won't be me speaking. It will be them. Your soulmate finally telling you what they've been hiding for so long. I loved you before I ever knew how to say it. And when they speak those words, your soul will finally say back, "Welcome home." Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. A 700-year-old secret to answered prayers. I need to share something with you that I just discovered, and it's blowing my mind. Hidden in a centuries-old monastery, a group of monks uncovered something astonishing. They found out why most prayers never reach heaven. It's not about how long you pray or if you're saying the right words. It all comes down to something called the sacred resonance frequency. I know it sounds wild, but there's actually science behind this. These monks figured out how to tune prayers to a specific frequency, a frequency that divine messengers can hear and act on. The crazy part, this knowledge has been hidden for hundreds of years until now. If you've ever felt like your prayers are going unanswered, or like the heavens are silent when you need help the most, you need to see this. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. This short video explains everything. Don't wait on this. Your prayers might just depend on it. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Then stay close, beloved, because what comes next is not just a message, it is a divine unfolding. You've reached the point where most souls stop. They get scared, distracted, doubtful. But you stayed. And for that, heaven is about to reward you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Archangel Michael kneels before the throne now and says your name. Yes, your real spiritual name. Not the one people call you by, but the one heaven wrote into the book of miracles. And when that name is spoken in the higher realm, your soulmate's soul feels it. Even if they're asleep, even if they're across the world, even if they're still pretending they don't believe in this kind of love. Michael says, heaven has released the final piece of their truth. I wasn't allowed to show you until now, but because you stayed, because your heart remained open, the time has come to reveal what's been waiting behind the veil. This is the most tender truth your soulmate has been keeping. They think of you as their greatest what if. What if they'd told you sooner? What if they hadn't walked away? What if they'd been brave enough to ask you to stay? These questions haunt them. not with bitterness, but with longing, with hope, with aching prayer. Michael says, every time you feel their energy press on your chest, that's them asking God, is it too late? I loved you before I ever knew how to say it. And when they speak those words, your soul will finally say back, welcome home. Then stay close, beloved, because what comes next is not just a message, it is a divine unfolding. You've reached the point where most souls stop. They get scared, distracted, doubtful. But you stayed. And for that, heaven is about to reward you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Archangel Michael kneels before the throne now and says your name. Yes, your real spiritual name. Not the one people call you by, but the one heaven wrote into the book of miracles. And when that name is spoken in the higher realm, your soulmate's soul feels it. Even if they're asleep, even if they're across the world, even if they're still pretending they don't believe in this kind of love. Michael says, heaven has released the final piece of their truth. I wasn't allowed to show you until now. But because you stayed, because your heart remained open, the time has come to reveal what's been waiting behind the veil. This is the most tender truth your soulmate has been keeping. They think of you as their greatest what if. What if they'd told you sooner? What if they hadn't walked away? What if they'd been brave enough to ask you to stay? These questions haunt them, not with bitterness, but with longing, with hope, with aching prayer. Michael says, every time you feel their energy press on your chest, that's them asking God, is it too late? But beloved, it is not too late. In fact, this is the exact moment it was always meant to happen. That's why the others didn't work out. That's why the timing always felt off. God was preserving this love, protecting it, letting it mature. Because if you had met before now, it would have broken. But now it will build. They are not the same person they used to be. Neither are you. You are wiser, stronger, softer in all the right ways. And heaven has been waiting for the two of you to finally become ready together. And here is the final instruction from heaven. In the next 3 days, do something symbolic. Light a candle. Write a letter to them. Even if you don't send it, pray out loud. Place your hand over your heart and say, I'm ready now. I receive this love. I receive this truth. I receive the soul who remembers me. These small acts, they unlock divine doors. And one last miracle, Michael whispers, this person may not know how to find you physically, but if you stay aligned, I promise heaven will bring you together anyway. God can do in one day what you thought would take a lifetime. Your only job is to stay soft, stay open, stay listening. Do not harden. Do not assume it's too late. Because what is written in the heavens cannot be erased on earth. Milky Way. And now, beloved, if this message cracked something open in you, if you feel like crying but you don't know why, if your body feels lighter, it's because your spirit is already aligning with theirs. Click subscribe now. not just for more words, but so that your name stays within the flow of this divine frequency. This message has already been felt by the one who was meant to hear it, but the next message, it may be from them directly. A message that says, I found you, I remember you, and I'm not leaving again. And when that happens, all of heaven will rejoice because love has finally come home. And so, beloved, this final breath of the message isn't just to end things. It's to open what comes next. Because even now, as you sit with these words swirling inside your chest, your soulmate can feel it. There's no barrier strong enough to stop spiritual energy when it's activated by divine truth. Michael stands now, tall and glowing, his wings slightly trembling with emotion. You have done something most don't, he says softly. You stayed. You listened all the way through. That means you were chosen. Not casually, not randomly, chosen by name, chosen by soul, chosen before you were born. You may not fully realize it yet, but something inside you has already shifted. The old doubts, they don't hold the same weight anymore. The fear of being unloved, it's cracking under the weight of divine remembrance. And the loneliness, it's beginning to fade. Not because someone walked into your life just yet, but because your soul finally remembered you were never alone. Your soulmate has been with you in ways you couldn't see. In moments you were about to give up, they prayed, not even knowing for what. But heaven knew. Heaven knew the two of you were reaching for each other without realizing it. And heaven made a promise. When you both are ready, I will open the gate, and they will find one another again. Beloved, that gate just opened. Right now, with these words, with this final breath of the message, your soulmate is on the path, guided not by a GPS or a plan, but by a pull, magnetic, holy, uncontrollable. They may not even understand why they're making certain decisions, why they feel like changing jobs or traveling or messaging someone they haven't spoken to in years. But that's not randomness, that's you. That's your soul calling to theirs. And very soon, yes, soon, they will remember something. A flash, a sentence, a look, and that one memory will bring everything back all at once. And they will know it was you all along. So do not fear what's next. Do not look for signs in panic. Let it come softly, as all sacred things do. Be open, yes, but more than that, be expectant. Because love like this doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with confirmation, with alignment, with peace that overrides understanding. And if they appear broken, welcome them anyway. If they're unsure, remind them with your spirit. Because what matters now is not perfection, it is presence. Archangel Michael steps back, and God now speaks to your heart. No voice, no thunder, just a whisper so deep your soul recognizes it instantly. My child, I created this person just for you. Not to complete you, for you are already whole, but to remember alongside you what heaven feels like when it touches earth. And that's what this love is. A remembrance, a homecoming, a return to the sacred. So breathe deep now. Your life is about to shift, not because of what you do next, but because of who you are becoming. And that version of you, the one who believes, who listens, who opens when fear tries to shut, that version will be the one your soulmate falls in love with all over again. Love letter. And if your heart whispers, I feel it, I believe it, I receive it, then let that whisper carry through heaven like a trumpet. Because heaven is listening and your soulmate's soul just stirred. It's already happening. This is not the end of the message. It's the beginning of your reunion. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Why your prayers might not be reaching heaven. Ever wonder why so many prayers seem to go unanswered? You know that feeling, right? You're pouring your heart out, begging for a sign, asking for help, and it just feels like no one's listening, like your words are getting lost somewhere. Turns out there's a reason for this. And it's not because you're unworthy, not praying enough, or saying the wrong words. It's something called the sacred resonance frequency. I just learned about this, and it completely shifted the way I think about prayer. Here's the deal: ancient monks, hidden away in a remote European monastery, discovered that prayers need to resonate at a very specific frequency to be heard by divine messengers, what most of us call angels. Without this frequency, your prayers can get lost, like a radio station that's just static. That's why so many people feel disconnected from the divine, even when they're doing everything they've been told to do. But here's the crazy part. These monks didn't just discover this frequency. They perfected a method to tune their prayers to it. And now, for the first time ever, this centuries-old secret is being revealed. I just watched a video that explains how it all works, and I can't stop thinking about it. It's not just ancient wisdom either. It's backed by sound modern science. And the results, they're nothing short of miraculous. People are reporting that their prayers are being answered within hours, sometimes even faster. It doesn't matter what you're praying for either. Financial help, healing, guidance, strength. It's like a direct line to the divine. I know it probably sounds a little out there. I felt the same way when I first heard about it. But once you see how it works, it's hard to deny. If you've been feeling stuck, like your prayers are going nowhere, you owe it to yourself to check this out. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. You can watch the video here right now. I don't know how long it'll be online, so don't wait. This might be the missing piece you've been searching for. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you.